Coming up tonight on Primetime Local News, we learn what events the library has planned for New Year's Eve. And the Lloydminster Bandits get ready to take part in a charity hockey game. Plus our weekly edition of Pet Project.
Primetime Local News, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
The Lloydminster Public Library has an exciting event on New Year's Eve for people who are not able to stay up until midnight. A noon New Year's Eve party will be taking place at the library on the 31st. The party will include games, a photo booth, and a countdown to the new year.
It's geared towards the little ones and people who can't stay up till midnight, so maybe seniors and 45-year-olds as well. But it's on the 31st, and it's 10 till noon, and we are going to count down to noon and bring in the noon year with people who gather at the library that day, and minute-to-win-it games and exciting things going on.
The noon New Year's party isn't the only event going on at the library. The 100,000th person is expected to walk through the library's doors later this week.
Isn't that incredible? It's a great place to be, and we just all our programming, 8,000 people that are for 2024 to take part in our programmings, and we average about 200 people a day, and we are on track to have 100,000 people through our library, we think maybe possibly by Thursday.
The library says there is a surprise planned for the 100,000th patron, and they want to thank everyone who has contributed to that incredible number. Now, the talk of the town in Lloydminster is that extreme cold weather warning that we just received today.
Yes, there's a bunch of places, especially mostly in Saskatchewan. Southern Saskatchewan is all under that extreme cold warning. About from Green Lake down, including Green Lake, is under that extreme cold warning, and then less so in Alberta in this area. Definitely Lloydminster, Bonnyville, Cold Lake, Wainwright, Vegreville, Vermilion, we're all under that extreme cold warning. So definitely keep warm as much as possible for that. Currently it is minus 23 here in Lloydminster. It feels closer to minus 32 with that wind chill. However, wind speeds are at 13 kilometers per hour. It's quite windy out, and it has been all day. Mix of sun and cloud throughout the day as well. So not great, especially with that extreme cold. We definitely don't like it, but it is typical. We see that a lot throughout the winter here, and this won't be the last time we see it, unfortunately. Current temperatures in Alberta, minus 22 in Marwayne and in Bonnyville, minus 23 in Cold Lake and Lac La Biche, minus 18 out in Edmonton, minus 21 in Vegreville, Vermilion, Wainwright, and minus 20 in St. Paul and Provost. And in Saskatchewan, minus 22 in Green Lake, Meadow Lake, Pierceland, minus 21 in Macklin, and minus 23 in Isla Cross, St. Walburg, Maidstone, and in North Battleford. Overnight tonight in North Battleford, it will be minus 30, so it is going to be extremely cold out tonight. 9-kilometer-per-hour winds, however, so at least it's not going to be super windy, and those clouds will start to increase throughout the evening. Into tomorrow, daytime high of minus 19. It is going to be very windy, 28 kilometers per hour, so it is going to be quite cold out, and there's an 80% chance of some snow in the afternoon, accumulating about 1 to 3 centimeters of that. Overnight tonight in Cold Lake will drop down to minus 29. It'll be partially cloudy and very cold. Wind not too much of a factor, only 7 kilometers per hour. And then into tomorrow, a high of minus 21. It is going to be quite cold out, 13 kilometers per hour winds, and 94% chance of some snow later on in the day, accumulating about 1 to 3 centimeters. Overnight tonight here in Lloydminster will drop down to minus 28. It will be very cold. We will still be under that cold warning, 11 kilometer per hour winds. It is going to be cloudy as well. Into tomorrow, 6 a.m. it will be cloudy, minus 27, 15 kilometer per hour winds. It is going to get up to about 24 kilometers per hour by noontime, minus 22 with cloudy conditions all day. 6 p.m. it will be around minus 19, minus 20 by midnight. And then over the next 3 days, we will get up to a high of minus 19, low of minus 24 for tomorrow. We have about a 77% chance of some afternoon snow, accumulating about 1 to 3 centimeters. And then on Thursday, it is going to be mostly cloudy and quite cold out, a high of -18 and a low of -22. And then on Friday, we have a 55% chance of a bit of morning snow as well, and it will be not as cold, only a high of -12 and a low of -15. So it might still feel a little bit cold, but not as much as what we've seen over the past couple of days. And into the weekend, it will start to warm up. As a first look at your evening weather forecast, we'll have more news coming up after the break.
The Lloydminster Youth Council has an event coming up on Saturday that is free of charge and anyone can attend. Our Jackson Fontaine has more details on the event.
I'm pleased to be joined here today with Aoife Antonio, who is the chair officer at the Lloydminster Youth Council. Thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
So before we get into what you guys have planned for Saturday, why don't you just tell everyone what the Lloydminster Youth Council is?
Well, the Lloydminster Youth Council is an amazing council of around 16 members. We come together every Monday and we kind of talk about what we want to do in the community, how we want to help, and just like how to become a better community for youth. We're just very passionate and very driven of the things that we want to continually see in our community and how we want to strive as youth.
So you guys focus on youths, obviously it's in your name. Is there a specific age you guys target for youths?
Say youth from about ages like teen, when you start your teens till around like 18 is kind of the focus youth, yeah.
What is the Lloydminster Youth Council's main purpose?
I think I would say our main purpose is just to empower youth and create a sense of belonging for everyone.
So coming up this Saturday, you guys have an event at the Russ Robertson Arena with all different kinds of activities. So what can people expect when they attend this event?
Yeah, so this is our winter family skate. We are doing this one with our entire council. We're hosting a lot of games, a lot of free skate, and just a really fun time for about 2 to 3 hours, just allowing our whole community to come out, specifically our youth, to just enjoy a day in the winter. So.
And what specific events will be taking place, and what time will these events be happening?
So we're going to do 3:30 to 5 for face painting, raffle prizes, things like that. And then from 5 to 6 will be free skate with your family. Anything you'd want to do during that time is up to you. And then from 6 to 7 is our shinny / stick and puck. So that's kind of when you can come in, and it's like an open gym type of style where you can come in and do whatever you'd like, as long as we're keeping everything safe and having fun. So, yeah.
Who is allowed to attend this event? Is it open to the public?
This event is open to the public. It is for all families. Although our target is youth, we do always want to include everybody. So this is going to be a family skate from 6 to 7. When I was talking about our shinny, that's more of like a youth type of thing. That's more where you can kind of get a little bit more rowdy, have a little bit more fun, more music, things like that. So yeah.
Do you guys have any more events planned for 2025 and in the near future?
Yeah, so we do have a few events that we are planning right now. We're in the process of planning our Valentine's Day dance, science fair, hopefully, and many other things to come that we're still kind of brainstorming. So, yeah.
And finally, if anyone is looking to find more information on this event or just the Lloydminster Youth Council itself, where can they find this information?
You can go to either our Facebook page or our Instagram page at Lloydminster Youth. And if you, by word of mouth, of course, and yeah.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to do this today, and hopefully the event goes well on Saturday. Thanks again.
Thanks, Jackson.
The Hillmont Hitmen senior hockey team is once again hosting its annual benefit game when they take on the Lloydminster Junior B Bandits. Our Thomas Wildman has more.
Today I'm joined by Graham Murray, the captain of the Hillmont Hitmen, and he is here today to talk about the Hitmen annual benefit game. And so thank you so much for joining me today, Graham.
Thanks for having me, Thomas.
All right, Graham, for those who are unaware, what is the Hitman annual benefit game and how long have you been running this program?
So we used to do it pre-COVID. We haven't had it since COVID, so we just kind of looking to fire it back up here to just keep raising money for the Hillmont community and the people that support us.
And Graham, you guys are going to be taking on the Lloydminster Junior B Bandits. Tell me a little bit about that partnership, as well as some of the other events that will be taking place at the game.
The Bandits, like we have a lot of former Bandits on our team, so we like to keep that like an open relationship with our players, like our players coming up from there. So it's always good to to show the Bandits that there's somewhere to play after they're done playing junior. And as far as the game's going, it's just going to be a game where originally we wanted to go split squads, but it turns out everybody wants to get a little competitive, so we're going to play straight up against them. The Bandits as a whole, us as a whole. So it should be a fun night at the rink there. There's going to be a couple of games in between. We got, I think, the U8s or U9s coming to play a game in between the first and second. There's going to be a heads and tails game on the ice between the second and third. And it just should be just a fun night for everybody at the rink.
Finally, when and where is this game taking place? And if people want to find out some more information, where can they go to find that?
So the puck drop will be 7 o'clock at the Red and Centennial in Hillmont. And if you would need more information, you can go to the links from the Junior B Bandits Facebook page or the Hillmont Hitman Facebook page.
Thank you so much for all the information today, Graham, and we look forward to a great charity hockey game coming up this weekend.
Awesome. Appreciate it, Thomas.
Our Abby St. John is back at Border Paws Animal Shelter for the last pet project of 2024.
I'm back at Border Paws Animal Shelter for our last pet project of 2024. Very exciting. And today we are in the condo or free roaming cat room, and we are showing off Sashimi, part of the sushi crew. Now she is left with just her other sibling, Wasabi, and their mom is still adoptable, but for right now in this room, it's Sashimi and Wasabi. So tell me about Sashimi's personality and what her best fit would be. I know, like, being in this room, she's great with cats. So tell me a little bit about what her best fit would be.
So Sashimi and Wasabi were born here on September 3rd. So they've always been in the shelter, unfortunately. They're such sweet babies. They're very playful, very curious. Little scamp.
Yes.
They're so unbelievably sweet. They're litter trained and, of course, like, very playful. They get along with other cats. There are some in here from different litters, and they get along just great with them. Now, Sashimi is curious about dogs, but still a little standoffish with them, so we absolutely could do meet and greets, and I feel like a house with a lower energy canine, oh my goodness, one that's not going to be, like, all up in her face, should be absolutely fine.
And I can't imagine her being bad with kids either. Right. Yeah. Because she just started absolutely purring as soon as you walked up, and even Wasabi too, just speaking on her sister a little bit.
Yeah.
Also incredibly sweet, but they're not a bonded pair.
No.
They can be adopted out separately.
Excuse me.
Now there are a few events to look forward to in the new year. We kind of talked a little bit yesterday about the talent show board, or Lloydminster's Got Talent. This is part of the Betty White fundraiser that you guys put on a couple years ago when, unfortunately, she did pass away, and she lived her life as an advocate for animals, and you guys and agencies and shelters all over the world, they also continue that legacy on. So this is just your guys' way of continuing it on. So tell me about the talent show, mostly focusing on the registration point, as it isn't till January 17th. So if anybody has a talent they want to showcase, how do they register and what are the details for it?
All right, so if you are interested in taking part in our talent show, it is open to absolutely everybody, pets included. So you can register by emailing events@borderpaws.ca. Registration is $25 per participant or group. There is a cash prize available, but that will be announced later on. I'm pretty excited about it. It's something that I wanted to do for a little while, and I'm really glad that we're able to put it on. Fourth Meridian has graciously agreed to host our event, so huge shout out to them. Thank you so much. If you do have an animal with special talent, or if you yourself have a special talent, absolutely register. General public admission is absolutely free to come and watch, but of course donations are appreciated because we are a nonprofit.
Yes, and this is an event that you guys haven't done yet.
Yeah.
So it's a brand new event, and I know you especially are very interested in coming up with fresh and new ideas like this. So it's very exciting, and obviously we'll continue to talk about it as it leads up, maybe get some hints and stuff as we get closer to that January 17th. Now, going off of donations, same question as every week. We're going to start off not with the items, but with the sick and injured fund. That has been a huge importance, especially this year for you guys, as it has been depleted a couple of times and it's in desperate need of constant replenishment. So talk about that fund and how people can donate.
So unfortunately, very recently, there have been some severe medical cases that were brought to our attention. You probably have seen them posted on Facebook. And due to us not having enough in our fund, we unfortunately could not take on those animals. And it's heartbreaking for us. Everybody that works here is a huge animal lover, huge animal advocate. So if you are able or know anybody who might be able to donate to our sick and injured fund, it would be greatly appreciated. You can email finance@borderpaws.ca and memo in sick and injured or medical, or come right down to the shelter, and we do take cash or debit.
Yes,
they're so sweet.
Because that 100% of that fund goes back to the animals who desperately need it. And I've seen some of the cases that have come in, and obviously it's post-surgery, so them being healed, and it's just great to see their journey, because that's all it takes is for them to bounce back, is that simple surgery to correct whatever is wrong with them. So that fund is probably the most important part of the shelter. So hopefully this gains, some momentum as well. Now, on physical donation side of things, what are you in need of?
Well, we do also have another campaign that we're rolling out home for the holidays. So we have a couple of animals here who were here unfortunately through last Christmas, like Summit. We're asking for the public's help and just temporarily fostering some of our longer residents over the holidays so they aren't stuck here over Christmas, right? It'd be really nice for them to enjoy Christmas in a home with somebody. As far as physical donations go, we are looking for a puppy milk replacer, dry puppy food, floor cleaner, latex-free gloves, preferably small or medium, extra large dog jacket. It is very cold, and we do still need to take the dogs out for walks and make sure they use the bathroom and stuff, because they can't be in the outdoor kennels when it's this cold out. Suspender-style dog boots, too, would be really helpful, because if it's cold for you, it is cold for them.
Yeah.
And our medical personnel frequently need to check temperatures, and it's not done in a super fun way. So
no, definitely not.
We're asking for veterinarian or animal grade lubricant so that we can check temperatures and stuff and make sure nobody's sick.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There are definitely some necessities on that side for sure. Now, if anybody would like to donate these items throughout the holiday season, what are your hours of operations for over Christmas and New Year's?
So our hours of operation are going to change very slightly. We will have it posted on our Facebook page. But New Year's Eve, we are open to the public from 12 until 5 p.m. Christmas Day and Boxing Day, we are closed. New Year's Eve will be open to the public from 12 until 5 p.m. and then New Year's Day we are closed.
Wonderful. So not too many changes, so people can still have the opportunity to come in through the shelter if they have any donation items for sure, which is very much needed and exciting. So thank you again for joining me. This is the last one of 2024, and it's very exciting, and thank you so much for joining me throughout this year. I always enjoy doing this, and we've gotten some animals adopted, which is the whole reason why we do it. So
almost 300.
Which is so exciting and so amazing that all these animals find their forever home. And Sashimi, she is a bundle of energy, as is all the other cats in this room. They're so sweet and definitely waiting for their forever home. So thank you for joining me again, and we will see you in 2025.
Thank you so much.
It's now time to take a look at your adorable animals in our pet picks of the day.
We want to see your pets. Send photos of your pet and their name to have them featured on Pet of the Day.
Musician Glenda Benavides has been nominated for a Grammy. Stacey Comer spoke with her to find out more.
I have a special guest today on Primetime Local News. Glenda Benavides is here. Glenda has been nominated for a Grammy, and this is just so exciting to talk about. Glenda, thank you for joining me, first of all.
You're so welcome. I deeply appreciate this.
Well, let's talk about the nomination. Give me all the details.
Yeah. Wow. It's been a fantastic journey, I'll tell you. As a long-time artist, I've been, touring around the world. I've done everything. I've recorded. You name it, I was doing it. And I got a few years back, I think it was like 3 or 4. I thought, you know what? What does it take to get a Grammy? Like, why is this a private club? And I started researching, and I realized that there's a whole process to it. And then I don't know if you want to hear all about it, but the process is easy, but also very difficult. It's like any kind of club. And anyway, long story short, I got in. I'm now what they call the Recording Academy voting member. So I get to vote on all those people that you see, and the winner is right. So which I had no idea. I didn't know how that worked, right? So I was really educating myself. I've spent the last 3 years being inside the Recording Academy, and then also having my music up for consideration, my personal music. And it was this year that I was asked to work on a project from a gentleman from Ecuador, and his name is Antonio Vergara, and the album's called The Fury. And he called me up and he said, I love your voice. I love your song, We Walk On Past. And he said, would you please be on my album? And I was like, okay, send me the track. And he did. He sent me the track, and I was, of course, and then I just allow the process to happen. I basically, he wrote the song, he wrote the lyrics, but I created the melody, and I'm the voice on there. So one of the songs on the album, because it's an album up for up for nomination, and it's called The Fury. And the song that he had me do was called The Rebel's Right. And so I sang it to him, and I didn't think I did a very good job. And so, because I was sick myself. And he said, oh, no. He said, Glenda, because I said, I'll redo it for you, no problem. And he said, no, it was so beautiful. It made me cry. And I was like, wow, that's what I said. Really? And so it's on the album. And so now we're all up for a nomination. I'm very excited about that. We're nominated. We're now up for the win. and there's only 5 of us. So, and I'm in the running with Joe Bassamata. So that's like,
That's a pretty big name.
It is. It is. So,
So
we're
do
very
you all get to
lucky.
go to the show? How does that work?
Yeah.
Because often I see that, sometimes some people come up and they say, well, I'm thanking, 10 other people, but are they at the show? So you actually get to go to the show then too.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Because I'm a Recording Academy member, I get to go to the show, period, anytime I want. I've not gone just because if you're not up for an award, you're just like, okay, why am I sitting here?
Right.
And this year, since I'm up for the award, I will be going. You have to purchase your own tickets. They do give you a discount, which I won't get into that. It's like a small fortune to be able to go. But anyway, I'm going to go, and it'll be an awesome opportunity to meet the wonderful person that I got to work with, Antonio, and he's from Ecuador. So I'm sure he'll be flying in, and we'll get to meet, and I'll get to network with some other beautiful, amazing artists, which I already have this last week. So.
Well, this is so exciting for you, and congratulations. And so now what comes next? I mean, this is a high that you want to ride for a little bit, but now, there's still the real life back here too. So what's your plans heading into 2025?
Thank you. Yeah. Well, I've got a couple of things that I'm up to. I am working on this wonderful project that I've designed. It's a combination of multimedia. It's kind of a hybrid. So it's got voiceover, it's got me singing live, it's got my music, it's got storytelling, and then and it's all around courage and confidence. And so it's kind of thematic inside of that. So I've been working on that. That takes a little. We're almost done, and so I'll be doing that, and I'll be presenting that to workshops, to retreats, to coming into corporate scenarios, whatever, that type of thing, and just really creating a foundation for them inside of courage and confidence and leadership and empowering yourself. So I've been working on that. And then I have an amazing vocal coach who actually taught Susan Boyle. I don't know if you know who Susan is. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So they were together for 10 years. He trained her, and he's amazing. He's my vocal coach now. And he and I are actually putting together a wonderful jazz set that we're going to be soliciting in the UK, in Scotland, and that type of thing. So we're doing that, and I've got a retreat that I'm designing. So I'm busy.
So you got lots of stuff on the go. Glenda, I really appreciate you chatting with me today. If people are looking for more information on yourself or your music, where's the best place to find that all?
They can go to my website. It's Glenda. Just what's simple is glendamusic.com. Really simple. It's glendabenavides.com too, but who wants to spell that, right?
Right.
glendamusic.com. And of course, I'm all over social media. You can watch my music videos, anything. You can watch some of my interviews that I do with other artists and that type of thing. So yeah, it's all up there. YouTube, Instagram, all of it.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Easy enough, just my name.
Thank you so much, Glenda. I appreciate it. And like I said, congratulations again on the Grammy nomination. And hopefully our next conversation is talking about you being the Grammy winner. So
thank you.
We'll touch base again after the awards ceremony, but thank you again so much, and happy holidays to you.
Thank you. You too. Happy holidays to you too.
Coming up after the break, our Abby St. John will have another look at our evening weather forecast.
Taking a final look at our evening weather forecast, we are still under that extreme cold warning, so definitely stay inside as much as possible. It's minus 24 here in Lloydminster, minus 23 out in Cold Lake, minus 21 in Athabasca, minus 18 in Edmonton and Edson, minus 17 in Red Deer, minus 16 out in Rocky Mountain House and in Saskatchewan. From Meadow Lake down to southern Saskatchewan is all under that extreme cold warning, so a lot of that area is under that warning. Minus 24 out in Meadow Lake, and then minus 23 in Prince Albert, North Battleford, Melfort, and in Saskatoon. Up north in Saskatchewan, not under the extreme cold warning, but still quite cold. -29 in Uranium City, -27 in Stony Rapids, -24 in Wollaston Lake, -22 in South End, -21 in Flin Flon, and -23 in La Loche and Buffalo Narrows. And in Alberta, up north, -30 out in High Level, -25 in Fort Mac, -22 out in Slave Lake, -26 in Peace River, and -19 in Grand Prairie. Down south in Alberta, -18 in Coronation, -15 in Medicine Hat, -13 in Lethbridge, -16 in Calgary, and -11 out in Banff. And in Saskatchewan, -20 in Kindersley, -18 in Swift Current and Moose Jaw, -19 in Yorkton and Regina. Overnight tonight in North Battleford, drop down to -30, very cold, and those clouds will increase as the evening goes on. Overnight in Cold Lake, -29 will be your overnight temperature, also very cold as well, and partially cloudy skies. And then current or overnight temperatures across the region, -30 in Meadow Lake, -28 in Bonnyville and in Isle Cross, -27 in Provost, and -29 out in Paradise Hill. In Provost, there's about a 65% chance of a little snow this evening. More overnight temperatures, -28 in Murnum, -28 also out in Pierceland and in Wainwright, -30 in Unity, and -17 out in Calgary. Unity, about a 65% chance of a little snow at times. Same goes for Wainwright, and then an 88% chance of snow in Calgary, about 1 to 3 centimeters. Overnight tonight here in Lloydminster will drop down to -28, cold and cloudy, wind speeds at 11 kilometers per hour. Into tomorrow, there's a 77% chance of some afternoon snow, accumulating about 1 to 3 centimeters. It will be quite cold with a high of -19 and a low of -24. On Thursday, a high of -18, mix of sun and cloud with a low of -22. It warms up just a little bit on Friday with a high of -12, low of -15, with a 55% chance of some morning snow. And then things warm up starting Saturday, which is nice. We get to those single-digit numbers with a high of -7, low of -12, with some cloud conditions. That carries over into Sunday, high of -4, low of -12. And then on Monday, we get above zero with that high of +1 and a low of -7. And then on Tuesday, mostly cloudy with a high of 0 and a low of -7. So we have Saturday to look forward to. It gets warmer, and into even early next week, we're above 0, which is nice, or around that. So it does warm up after these few days were needed.
Yeah, no, it's just incredibly cold temperatures that we've been suffering through this week, but it is very nice, especially for Christmas being next week, to have those warmer temperatures. It's very nice.
It'll make traveling very easier as well for those who are traveling like us. So it is going to be nice.
No, exactly. That is all the time we have today for Primetime Local News. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great night.